What are some phrases or sentences that people say that actually make them feel small or
Mm.
make them seem forgettable
Yeah,
or
yeah.
uncertain about themselves?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, first things first is when you have an opinion to share, a lot of us say, I think that we should maybe do this.
Mm.
And straight off the bat, we're saying, I think. We don't say, I think. Okay. We don't do that. We say, I believe we should do this. Right. Or if you don't even want to do that, I believe we just say we should do this. If you want to be even more ballsy, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think that when we say, and especially as women, we tend to say, oh, do you mind if we're so polite and we're so soft.
We say sorry.
Yeah.
We say way too much sorry.
Why? Why are we always apologizing? It's because we have been taught to always apologize for who we are, for our actions, even when we're sharing something positive. For example, in a meeting, if we know that a colleague is not sharing the right information, we will say, sorry, can I just... Why are we doing
I
this?
hate when I do that.
Yeah.
But I do it.
You do it. And that's because it's a habit. But that habit needs to be broken and it needs to be changed. So saying things like, I think, no, we're not doing that anymore, ladies. We're taking that out and we are just sharing our opinion and leaving it as a full sentence. I think the other thing is we tend to say no. But now when we say no, we give excuses and reasons as to why. And we all know the quote, no is a full sentence. No, full stop. And that's okay. But as women, we say, oh, no, sorry, I can't do that for you today because I have XYZ on my plate. Maybe I can do it in 2 days' time. Let me know. It's like, it's always this appeasing. We are women who are natural nurturers. You know, it is in our nature to be people pleasers. But to what extent? So hold your own. If you strongly believe against something, say no. Full stop.
What is that one sentence that everyone should master saying to, hold their ground, to be able to stand up for themselves?
I love that. I think it's literally a case of sharing your boundary. And when I say your boundary, whatever the context is, right? Saying, I don't agree with that. A lot of us might not agree with something, but we'll go along with it and be like, and as women, we really empathize with people as well. We're like, yeah, I understand. I get that. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't agree with that. And this is why. And just holding your own. But also, when we hold our own, we don't go back on it. We don't then say, hold our own, hold our boundary, and then say, oh, actually, no, you know what? Forget it. No, we have to hold our own and then continue to hold our own. So it's that
But
practice.
how do you stay away from being rude while being assertive?
Yeah, I think that's a great question.
And why are we so afraid of being rude?
Because
That's such a big one. Like,
You know why? I think if you look at it as being rude, then you are going to hold yourself back. But I think assertive is the right word, right? And holding your line. And I have this in so many work situations myself where you don't want to be labeled as the diva. You don't want to be labeled, excuse my language, you can bleep this out, as a this is the labels that as women we get if we speak up, if we hold our ground.
100%.
So I don't want to be known as that. So instead, what I'll do is I won't speak. No, I think there's a difference between being assertive and being rude. So we don't want to be rude, which is being, degrading to people and being rude to them and saying negative things. But being assertive means just holding your line. And I actually think there's a really nice way to do that. I use humor a lot, which is smiling when I say it, and I will hold my line and be like, I'm sure you understand. I will hold my line, whatever in that context that is, which is, I'd rather not. I will be showing at 6 p.m. for the shoot. I'm sure you understand. That is me holding my line. That is me not asking for permission. That is me telling them what I will be doing and leading it on with, I'm sure you understand. And as a woman, actually, I honestly think we have a superpower when it comes to being a female, because we have that ability to also be cheeky and soft whilst being assertive. And so finding that balance is hard. But I think that if you approach it with me holding my line, holding my ground for what I believe in, then it feels so much better than being rude.